What up, everybody? Welcome into another PW2K Gaming Rebuild Challenge. Today it is all about the San Antonio Spurs. If you see this roster, if you don't know by now, what have you been doing? Kawhi Leonard is off of the Spurs. He's on the Raptors. And in return, the Spurs get DeMar DeRozan, Jakob Poeltl, who's down here at 76 overall, and a first-round pick. They also got rid of Danny Green. So this is a really interesting team coming into this next year. It was an interesting move to not exactly go rebuild because they still do have Pau Gasol for 3 years and a team option, so 2 years. LaMarcus is signed long-term, and DeRozan has that kind of nasty contract up until 2020, which he will accept. So they didn't exactly get younger. Poeltl is a nice piece. So what I want to do is I think we can still compete this year, and I want to give us a shot. We still have the best coach in basketball. If not for Brad Stevens, Greg Popovich is probably the second best or first best coach in basketball. So I want to give him a shot to keep winning. What I do want to do is I want to put Jakob Poeltl into the G League and Lonnie Walker. What this allows us to do is progress them, and what happens in the G League is they go up much higher than they would if they were just playing kind of scrub 15, 20 minutes in the NBA. And it also allows kind of our older guys to continue what they've been doing and produce and not take away from their minutes. So with those minutes that we gained from putting Poeltl and Lonnie Walker in the G League, I'm going to give Rudy Gay, Patty Mills. Where's DeJounte? You know, I might even put DeJounte. No, I'm going to keep DeJounte. We're going to start DeJounte. We are giving Patty a lot of money. I think he's getting for what he does, it's probably a little high. And we might look to trade him later. But right now, not a bad player to have. I will put Bryn Forbes in the G League. He is 24, but I'm excited to see what he can be. And we would probably give Derek White some minutes. A little more seasoned player. Where's he at? Yeah. Give Derek White 9 minutes. So we're going 10 deep, which might seem a little bit of an overkill. I will put LaMarcus there. I actually personally, whenever I play with the Spurs, I like to have Pau come off the bench. I just think it's a better alternative. We'll have Bellinelli start. DeRozan will start at small forward, so a little bit different look for him. DeJounte's going to get those minutes. Patty Mills. I really do like DeJounte, and I want to give him the best opportunity to succeed. So this is the lineup we're going to go with. Actually, scratch this. I'm not going to give Derek White any minutes. Not worth it. So Bertans is going to give those minutes. We'll give Rudy Gay another minute. All right, so this is the lineup we are going with. Bellinelli, welcome back to the Spurs, and I will see you guys at the trade deadline. If it doesn't seem like I'm going to do anything, I will just sim up until the end of the year. We'll see what happens. We probably still have a pretty good team. Let's check my overall real quick. Yeah, 6th best overall. So we're still a good team. It was probably a good trade to win now. We will see if we decide to keep this core together after this season or if we try to split it up, get some picks, get some young players in, and see if we can develop those players into a championship team in 3 to 4 years. So I will see you then. All right, so we finished the year 31-51. To call this season a disappointment is an understatement. I expected us to be at least in the playoff race, if not in the top 4 or 5 of the West, and we ended up being, I think, 13th in the conference. So changes are going to have to be made. Maybe even at the coaching. Greg Popovich is getting old. I think it'd be interesting to see what happens if I let him go, bring in a young coach, maybe promote someone from within. We'll see what happens there. So, our old man, Kawhi Leonard, see how he did. Had the best year of his career out of San Antonio. And DeRozan had a good year, 24-6. Probably his best all-around year. I wonder if it was three-point shooting. His three-point shooting was a lot better than it was in the year previous. So, I'm all right with him. Even though his contract's kind of atrocious. Yes, we were 13th in the conference. We're going to sim through these playoffs. I think we all know it'll probably be the Raptors and the Warriors. Yeah, and wow, the Raptors win the NBA championship. Kawhi Leonard, 30 points. He had an amazing playoff run. Wish we could have kept him. Wish we could have mended that relationship, but it was not meant to be. I will go to the draft lottery, and we will go through it because I believe we have a pick. Yeah, we have the 3rd best odds. I'm going to sim through it, but I will let you know what pick we have at the end of the lottery. All right, so stayed the same. We got the 3rd pick. Not too shabby. Disappointed. I'm pretty sure the Spurs have not been in the lottery since like the late 90s. So kind of surprising to see them. We do need an assistant coach. I will hire Trent Peterson. I probably will keep Greg Popovich. But I'm not going to suck up to him, right? I'm not going to just keep him just because he had a good run earlier. I know he's A+, and he's A+ on offense and defense. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep him one more year, see if we can kind of rectify the situation. If not, though, it might be time to move on. He's getting old. We'll see if we can accept these guys, and they do. So we have a good staff. I'm honestly really surprised at how he did last year. I do like our roster. Our young guys are getting better. Let's see what they are. Pirtle will be an 80. Bryn Forbes will be a 70. And Lonnie Walker will be an 80. So those are some guys that we will probably put in our lineup this next year. Maybe look to getting rid of Rudy Gay, Patty Mills to kind of push Lonnie Walker in the lineup. And maybe even Pau Gasol might look to trade to a contender who's trying to win now. I don't think we are now in a win now situation, even though we do have LaMarcus and DeMar DeRozan. I'm going to sim through all of these, and I will see you guys at the NBA draft. All right, you guys, so I waited too long to trade up for this first pick, but I will look to get the second pick just so I can have a better array of picks, or a better array of players that I can pick from. If I give you Patty Mills, would you do that? No, I will give you a second rounder as well. All right, so we got rid of that Patty Mills contract, moved up one pick. The Kings get a pretty high quality starting point guard, if not backup point guard, to mentor De'Aaron Fox. We will see okay, so they take RJ Barrett. He probably was the best player in the draft, but Zion is still there. A couple other players what we will look at. We'll kind of determine on need. If I could, yeah, we'll see. A small forward would be really nice. That way we can start DeRozan at shooting guard, kind of his more natural position. Bring Lonnie off the bench. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. And honestly, if there's no one that I like here, we can just trade the pick. Cam Reddish. Yeah, I think I might need to take Cam. Yeah, so he's 82 overall. He's a small forward / shooting guard from Duke. All these guys are going to be from Duke at the beginning of the draft next season. Yeah, I think I'm going to take him. I think it'd be a mistake not to take Cam Reddish. So, good move. We got Cam Reddish. I will sim through the end of the draft, and I will see you guys at rookie signings. So in the second round, we took Darius Bazley out of American University. I will decline his deal, but we do get Cam Reddish. He's only a 79. He went down a little bit because of our scheme. But I'm super excited to get him on our team. Let's see if I can move that overall up a little bit if I move him. He's an 80 now. If I move him to a shooting guard, point guard. All right, yeah, we'll keep him at a small forward. So he's 80 overall. This team is decent. And we're probably going to need to trade Rudy Gay. I don't believe I'm going to have any cap space. Yeah, 11 over the cap. I'm going to look and trade Rudy Gay and Pau Gasol. Because honestly, they're just taking up roster spots and taking up minutes from some of my younger guys, so I want to develop. Chris Dunn would be interesting. I'm surprised he's an 80. Malik Monk wouldn't be bad. Okay, if I could get Malik Monk, and I don't want Kid-Gilchrist. If I could get... They took Romeo Langford. Interesting. Could I get like a Jeremy Lamb? Bellinelli, Gilchrist. Honestly, I guess I'll take that. I'll look one more time. Sure, I'm not going to give up Walker. I'm not giving up Walker. Terrence Ross in the top 5 protected pick. Ntilikina would be interesting, but we have... Do I want Monk or Ntilikina? I think I want Ntilikina. Yeah, I'm going to take Ntilikina. Lance Thomas won't play any minutes. Maybe a little high of a contract, but I'm probably going to put Ntilikina in the G League. Let him develop. Maybe look to move on from Murray because he doesn't always progress the best in this game. Kind of stays at about an 81 to an 82. So maybe I just got my point guard in the future, and all I had to give up was Rudy Gay and Derek White. Pau, you are next. And after this, I'll probably have a little bit of cap space to see if I can do something. Typically not a lot of good players. Exum wouldn't be bad, but I already have my point guard. If I could get a first, let's see. If I could get their 2019 top 3 protected pick, not giving you Lonnie Walker, I can give you Cunningham and unprotected first and a second. They'll probably accept that. No? They'll accept this. Yeah. So I'm second round picks typically aren't the greatest in this game, so I'm okay to part with them. I do have that Noah contract now, and I do need to trade that. And yikes, doesn't look like anyone wants it. Can I slough it off for a not bad contracts? Ed Davis, Boban wouldn't be terrible. We'll take it. I like Ed Davis as kind of a backup big. I'll look to trade Boban. Welcome back to the Spurs, Boban, but I really do not want you on the team. Beasley would be interesting, but then I have to take on Luol Deng's contract, and I don't want to do that. Is there any options on this Ryan Anderson deal? No. Then I don't want it. Blazers, that terrible Evan Turner deal. We all know about that. Wait. Still says I have. Hold on. All right. Let's try this. Again, it's glitching, saying I still have Noah. When this happens, you just got to be patient. All right. Now it works. All right. Anyway, I can just kind of slough it off for not a lot of contract. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll take Amir. We'll take TJ McConnell. They get Boban in the first round pick. Hopefully by 2022, we are a capable team that doesn't need those picks. We're still $1 million over the cap. I'm not exactly sure why. It might be a cap hold sort of situation. Or maybe we just don't have a lot of cap. I don't want Rodney Hood. Let's check out who we have. I don't even think we need to make any moves. We have a good, solid, young group of point guards. McConnell will play some minutes because I'm going to move Ntilikina down into the G League, so TJ will get those backup point guard minutes. Kind of seems like a Spurs player to me. We're going to play Lonnie Walker some. Bryn Forbes I'll probably put back in the G League. Bellinelli and DeRozan, I like what they give me. Obviously Cam Reddish, LaMarcus. I guess we could look for a better backup power forward, but Bertans honestly isn't that bad. You can shoot the 3. Let's see what power forwards are available. Montrezl Harrell. I can't give you what you want. I can give you that. I can give you a 4-year deal. What do you say? Is insulted by the offer. All right. Yeah, I would kind of be insulted by that too. If he was looking for that much money. Oh, I used all my offers. Hopefully I can get Motley. Deron Hilliard. No, we're going to renounce the rights to those guys. So yeah, we have a little bit of cap space now. Not like we're going to get anyone great, but I would love to get Motley. A little less money. All right, we'll up it a little bit. All right, we should be able to get Motley. Yeah. Motley's a 76 overall power forward. Not a terrible player. That is all I'm going to do for this offseason. We added Cam Reddish, got rid of some bad contracts. Sets us up well for this next year with some young players. Lonnie Walker, Ntilikina, Forbes, Pirtle. We're going to try to give it one more run with our veteran crew of LaMarcus and DeRozan. If that doesn't work out, we might look to trade them and maybe even move on from Greg Popovich and just go on a whole new tear-it-down rebuild for the Spurs. But for the time being, we're going to stick with that. Once free agency is over, I will see you guys at Play Progression. All right, so DeRozan is back to an 89. LaMarcus 88 went down 1. Lonnie Walker up 6. Pirtle up 5. Murray only up 3. Forbes up 5. Forbes is 25, but I do like what he will give me. I'll probably put him in the G League one more time because we can afford it. I'm interested in putting Motley in the G League, getting him up to more of around an 80 player that can contribute next season. And Ntilikina is definitely going in the G League because he still is a raw player. So with that, I will see you guys at the beginning of next season. We made it to the beginning of the next season, and this is what we're going to run with. DeJounte will still be our starting point guard, but to be honest, he might be on his way out if Ntilikina develops how I hope he does. Pirtle, he's 23 now. We are going to let him play this year. We're going to put him as our starting center. Ed Davis will come off the bench, give us some solid minutes. Bertans, you are out of the lineup. Lonnie might be our... No, yeah, we're going to start Reddish. Lonnie's going to get some nice minutes off the bench. 30 minutes off the bench. TJ will get 20. I'm going to put Motley in the G League, so he's not going to play. Ed Davis will play a pretty consistent role with us. Let's see. I don't want to play Amir. Forbes, they're both going back. I'll put Bellinelli in. I guess we don't really need another shooting guard, but actually, Bertans, we're going to put you in instead. All right, so that's the 9 we're running with. Bertans, McConnell, Davis, Walker. Pirtle's going to start. Aldridge, Cam Reddish, DeJounte, and DeMar DeRozan. I honestly don't think it's a bad team. I'm going to put some of these guys into the G League just to let them develop. Pirtle, you're playing. Forbes to the G League. And who was the last one? Motley to the G League. I think I'm going to have to sign one other person. I'll figure it out. We're going to put Motley in the G League. And I will sim until the end of this year. Greg Popovich, let's turn this year around. Curry wins another MVP, and we are 45-37, good enough to make the playoffs. So it looks like Greg Popovich is going to be able to keep his job. Cam Reddish did not win Rookie of the Year. That goes to Zion Williamson, who was 80 overall and averaged 16, 6, and 3. Not bad. Let's see if we made any All-NBA teams. No one on our team made All-NBA. Anyone on defense? No. Cam Reddish, all right. All-NBA rookie first team. Averaged 16 points, 4 and 4. Honestly, that's a better year than Zion had. RJ Barrett also had the best year of any rookie. CQ did good, and this year little. So that's a good rookie class. A lot of these guys had really nice seasons. Lonnie Walker, I just noticed that, was on the all-rookie second team because he wasn't in the G League. Tyrone Wallace, who is, 24, made this second team. So proud of my squad. We are the 4th seed. I didn't actually look at the seed ever, but we are the 4th seed. And let's check out some stats before we get going into these playoffs. DeRozan stayed solid. LaMarcus having another kind of LaMarcus type year. Maybe down a little bit on the rebounds, but we'll let it slide. Yeah, Pirtle was good. 9 and 7 for a rookie. 80 overall. I'll take it. Let's check team stats real quick. Points per game, we were near the middle of the pack, kind of near the bottom, 20th. Not terrible. Points against. I think that means we had points allowed. Yeah, so we were really good defensively. That's how we got the 4 seed, not exactly our offense. Let's see if we can get through these playoffs. We are down 2-0 to the Nuggets. 3-0 to the Nuggets. All right. 3-2. All right, we are eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. Not very Spurs-like, but hey, we didn't even make the playoffs last year. We're the 3rd pick, traded up to the 2nd. So who am I kidding? I don't even know if we deserve to be in the playoffs. I don't know. Popovich might be on the hot seat. I don't know if he's in for a... No, we still have him for 1 year. I mean, I could look... No one else is even close to what he'll give me. Oh, I could hire... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fire my assistant. Give Dirk a ton of money to come. And then I'm going to let Greg Popovich go at the end of next season. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let him go at the end of next season and bring on Dirk as... Come on, Dirk. You got to accept that. Accept it. All right, so we're going to bring Dirk in. Huge contract. But he's A-, A-, a lot of potential. We're going to move him to head coach after Greg Popovich, in my head, will retire at the end of next season. Give it one more one with Greg. Skip through the draft because I know we don't have... we might have a pick, but it's going to be low. Not going to deal with that. I will see you guys at rookie signings. We took Trendon Watford out of Alabama and Kobe White. We had 2 picks in the first round, and I will bring both of them in and put them in the G League. We'll see if they ever get minutes for us down the road. DeJounte, we will accept that small... team option, same with Pirtle. I don't know why we wouldn't accept Ntilikina. He is already going to be better than Murray. I'll probably look to trade Murray, and thank you, Lance Thomas, but you are off the team. All right, so we are into the free agency period. Do we have any qualifying offers? No. DeRozan did want a new contract. I did not offer that to him. He still had a good year, but at some point he's going to decline, and I'd like to keep him at that 27 mil and not give him like a ridiculous 30 mil, something like that contract. So we have these 2 guys. We have a lot of 80 overalls, and Ntilikina's going to be an 82. I'm probably going to look to trade Murray. Forbes is an 83, so that's a nice piece to have. He'll probably... I might even look to trade... Like, I like having DeMarcus at power forward because you don't have any other power forward. Material. Bryn Forbes. We could start him at point guard maybe. Put him at point. Still have Ntilikina be in the G League for one more season. I actually don't mind that. But one thing I do want to do is trade DeJounte Murray. I think it's time to move on. Not developing as I would have hoped. Just didn't have time to put him in the G League. Zaire Smith would be an interesting piece to bring on. You could just get a first for him. I don't know how good the Mavs are now. The Knicks. We get Bam. And to trade Kobe White, we get Trey Burke. Yeah, let's do that. We get Bam Adebayo. We get Trey Burke. Trey probably will not play for us. Honestly, I might even just trade him and see if I can get a pick for him. I don't really want his contract on our books. 2 first-rounders from the Clippers. Deal. We got 2 first-rounders. Maybe we can use them in trades. Maybe not. Again, don't think we're going to have any cap space. Yeah, definitely not. Because we have a lot of guys on medium contracts and then 2 huge ones. I don't really want to move on from DeRozan yet unless we can get like an unbelievable offer. Romeo Langford will be interesting, but we have a lot of guards. Kevin Knox would be nice to put it at the power forward position. I really don't want Cantor. Can I get Porzingis? If I gave you every single one of these first rounders. And I can give you Watford. And Adebayo. No, they will not give me Porzingis. What if we just took away that? I don't know. Oh, yeah, because of the contracts. If I give you DeRozan and I took away the picks, would you do that? No. Well, honestly, we'll probably just... Ooh. Devin Booker. I don't want to give up... We just do that? All right, Devin Booker for DeMar DeRozan. Straight up, they took it. I don't know if that was the smartest move, but now we have D-Book, who's way younger. It kind of fits the timeline of the rest of these players. And honestly, it might be time to move on from LaMarcus if we can, because we just got way younger. Lauri Markkanen would be an interesting piece. Kuzma would be good. Love my guy CJ, but... Kuzma's good. John Collins is nice. Would they just... Could I just do that? Yeah, okay. Got rid of that huge contract of LaMarcus's, and we're going to have some cap space. Devin Booker is kind of hitting our cap a little bit, but that's all right. I don't understand how we don't have a lot of cap space, but let's go to the moratorium. Do I have any money to offer him? No, we have a $9 million exemption. Let's go one day over. Okay, so I would get rid of Lance Thomas, Ed Davis, McConnell, Amir Johnson. Now we will have some cap space. How much do we have here? 26 mil. If I trade one more player, if I trade Bertans, which I probably should have done a long time ago, for a first and a second from the I don't know who that was, maybe the Clippers. Who was that? Yeah, the Clippers. They've given up a lot of picks for our players, but that's fine with me. We now have enough money to offer one of these guys a big-time contract. The question is, who do we want to give it to? My thought is to give it to Karl Anthony, and Pirtle goes back onto the bench. He is restricted. We're going to throw a lot of money at him with the player option. Yeah, he's going to accept that. It's just a matter of if the other team, if they're going to let him go. Don't want to give Carmelo any money. Tobias is asking for way too much money for what he's worth. Kemba wouldn't be bad. I've decided to match. Okay, so we don't get Karl Anthony. Honestly, I might just save our money, wait one more year. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save our money to either re-sign guys, and I could sign Carmelo to a one-year deal. He doesn't want that. He's going to the Rockets. I don't think I need any of these guys. I'll just keep Pirtle. Ntilikina is going to be an 82. Yeah, I'm really excited about this young roster. I mean, the oldest player we have is Bryn Forbes, and he's going to be an 83. So we're going to let it stay how it is. Not going to go through playoff progression, sim through all of this, and I will see you at the beginning of next year. We're young. We're hungry. We're going to bring Dirk as our head coach if all goes well at the end of next season, and then we'll try to make a run at it that first year with Dirk. All right, this is the roster we are going to run with. I put Ntilikina back in the G League for one more year. Bryn Forbes is going to be our starting point guard. Maybe a little oversized, but I like what he's going to bring to our squad. Devin Booker, we traded him straight up for DeMar DeRozan. Cam Reddish is a really solid young player. I think he's only 21. John Collins, young. Pirtle's still young. Lonnie Walker still hasn't broken into the starting lineup, but he is going to get 32 minutes off the bench. See if we can maybe make him sixth man of the year. Adebayo, Trendon Watford, and Motley's getting a few scrub minutes, and that is our starting 9 players we were going to play with. Again, Ntilikina still in the G League. I will see you guys at the end of the year. Steph Curry wins his 3rd MVP in a row. I think it could be like his 5th total, if I am not mistaken. Yeah, 5 MVPs. That's not going to happen. Didn't win any of these. We do go 47 and 35. I think that might have been the same as we were last year. Maybe slightly off, but around the same. No one on the All-NBA teams. No one on defense. And no one on the rookie teams, but it's all right. We are the 3rd seed, so we moved up a little bit in terms of seedage. We will go to Devin Booker. Average 22 points is less than he has been. No, that's his best year. Yeah, more assists. So I like what we did. Cam Reddish. Bryn Forbes had a good, solid year. He hasn't played since 2017, so he averaged a lot. He should have been most improved player, in my opinion. Lonnie Walker went down a little bit with more minutes, I think, so that's a little troubling. I don't know how Mike James got minutes, but he had a good year. Yeah, so Ntilikina's now an 84, so I'm excited to see what we do next year, but this is last year with Greg Popovich, and hopefully we can make a run at something here in this postseason. It is 2-1 Oklahoma City, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3. I will simcast this, maybe have to hop in. We will see what happens. All right, we win, so we win to the next, or we make it to the next round against the Rockets. Probably not going to beat the Rockets. All right, so yeah, we didn't beat the Rockets, but honestly, next year's year, I'm really going to go for it with Dirk as our our head coach. Jabari Parker wins Finals MVP, and the Bulls win it. I would be amazed if that happened. So we are going to go to staff signing. We need a head coach. We will promote from within. Make Dirk our assistant head coach. Fire him there. And try to hire Trent Peterson as our assistant coach, CFO. Doesn't ever really matter who this is. It would be devastating if Dirk didn't accept our offer. We do need to hire a CFO, though. Dirk accepts. Still waiting for that one guy to sign. No, we like Owen Masters, and we will keep him. No. Where's Owen Masters? Yeah, we like Owen Masters as assistant GM. If everyone else wants him, that means he's promising. No. Always decline. There we go. All right, so Dirk is our new head coach. Super excited about that. He's AA and a B+ potential. So we moved from maybe the best coach ever to a really promising head coach who already is good. Sim through the draft, sim through rookie signings. I will see you guys at the end of rookie signings to see who we drafted. All right, we didn't have a pick, so moving on, we're going to go to team player options. Accept. Of course, we're going to accept Ntilikina. So we're going to bring back all of these guys, some of our core pieces, and they're all under the age of 24, which is very exciting. We're not going to extend a qualifying offer to Motley. Pirtle, we'll extend. Yeah, we'll give it to him. He might go somewhere else, but we'll see. Let's see how much cap space we have. We have 12 million, and after I do some of those, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to renounce. I do want a cap hold. We're going to renounce Pirtle. We're going to let him go. Renounce all those guys. He's 81. He's 24. I don't know how he did this season. 7 points. We're going to let him go. I think we can do better than that. And we have Adebayo. So we will have some cap space now. I could go after a KD. How much do I have? I have $40 million in cap space. I could put KD at... I could even start him at point and just see what happens. Yeah, let's try it. Let's go offer him. And that's it. And he decides to sign with the Warriors, so that's devastating for us. We could bring back DeMar, but honestly, I don't want that. Draymond already signed. Hopefully he comes back into the free agency. I'm going to start Ntilikina. I could go for Gasol. Let's try to get Gasol as our backbone small. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get Gasol. Hopefully no one signs Bryn Forbes. That is all we're going to do for the offseason. We're going to sign some scrubs, but really our lineup is going to be one old guy as Marc Gasol and a ton of young guys who have a lot of potential. And Ntilikina is now an 88 overall, which is going to be amazing to have him as our starting point guard. Booker at the shooting guard position, Reddish a small forward, Collins, and then Gasol with a bench of Lonnie Walker, Adebayo, Trendon Watford. I will see you guys. We're just going to skim through all this, and I'll see you guys at the beginning of next season. All right, guys, it is finally time to put Ntilikina in our lineup. He is an 88 overall once he gets his morale up. Don't know I'm offended about everything that's happening, but he'll be fine. He'll be a good player for us. Devin Booker, Reddish, Collins, Gasol. We signed him for a 3-year deal. Probably overpaid for him, but it's all right. Probably should have got a team option in there too. But it's just going to be for 1 year because this is the end of the rebuild. Lonnie Walker, Adebayo, Trendon Watford, who we drafted. It would be a solid player if I continue this. And look at that. They've re-signed Tony Parker for us. We got Evan Turner to a 1-year deal. Zach Randolph. So a lot of these kind of veteran guys who are pretty famous are on our team but will not be playing for us. This is what we're going to go with, are these 8 and these 8 only. This is the end of the rebuild, so let's go to the end of the season and see how we did. 66-16 is our record for this season. Maybe getting rid of Greg Popovich, bringing in Dirk Nowitzki paid off. Most improved player, RJ Barrett, had an amazing year. And Dirk Nowitzki wins Coach of the Year, as he should. Had an amazing first year as head coach. Do we get anyone on these teams? No, but honestly, I never am typically disappointed because typically means that our teams were... Olivia Jean Charles. It typically means that our teams were well-balanced. Yeah, I mean, we had... That's a pretty good year for Ntilikina at 89 overall, 22 years of age, 9 assists, 10 points. Again, his offense is never going to be great, but I guess he has 93 offense, so actually it might. If I were to continue this, I would probably build around Ntilikina a little more because he is younger. Devin Booker, Cam Reddish also had a really good season, so I'm really pleased with how we played. We were the number 1 seed, obviously. Beat the Nuggets in Game 1, Game 2. Looks like we're going to sweep the Nuggets, and we do. We're going to play the Mavs. Dirk's former team. Would be really interesting if it happened in real life. Win Game 1, Game 2. It's 3-1. All right, we're up 4-1. I think, honestly, Marc Gasol, too, as a veteran presence on that starting 5 really helped as well. Looks like hopefully we can beat the Thunder. All right, so we play the Wizards, who had the MVP in John Wall. I'm not going to simcast, but I will look at stats for these. D-Book had a good game. Ntilikina, 6, 5, and 7. It's kind of what he averaged this year, honestly. Gasol led the way in that game. All right, we are up 3-0. Again, a nice balanced game for my entire team. And there you have it. The San Antonio Spurs have won the NBA championship in a sweep against the Washington Wizards. Marc Gasol gets a ring and wins Finals MVP the first year we sign him. Sometimes it does pay off to pay money for a experienced veteran with playoff experience can kind of mentor the young guys. It looked like it worked out. If I were to continue this rebuild, we have a lot of young players to build around who will be good for the next 10 to 15 years. And while it may be hard to pay a lot of them down the road, we would make it work with some of these guys. Maybe have to let Lonnie Walker go, who hasn't progressed very well. But guys like Cam Reddish, Ntilikina, John Collins really stood out to me as players I would like to build around. And Dirk Nowitzki was a great coach. I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know what you guys want to see in the comments. Hit like, hit subscribe. I'll check you guys later.